Good. Now, there is another concept closely related to load balancer. It is called auto-scaling. Auto-scaling. Let me go to the diagram. Auto-scaling is such that, what about when the resources of these three servers are fully utilized and there is need for additional servers to come up to spread the new weight of load across the additional servers? We don't want you to be there to manually spin up a server. In fact, you will not even know when the traffic is high. It could be sudden hike in traffic or sudden. So what you normally want to do is set up an automatic scaling group called auto scaling to detect when there is need to add additional server and spin up additional servers and add them. We call it, it will scale out. It's scaling out. And then also auto detect when there is no longer enough traffic that necessitates additional server and scale in. In other words, by itself remove those servers that it added earlier on. You can scale out, you can scale in. All right. So there is a service like that that you can set up to do this automatically for you, not manually. That service is called auto scaling. Let's go and do it. So we'll go back to here. And then we're done with browsing. Let's close all this. So scroll down, I will go to auto scaling. Look at it, auto scaling group. Scroll down, I will say auto scaling group. Okay, it brought us there. We'll create auto scaling group. All right, so the first of all, what's the name of the auto scaling group? Let's call it Prince auto scaling group. All right, the first thing you want to do is create a launch template. Launch template is the template from which the additional servers will be created. So let's just create it. Create launch template. Let's give it a name. Let's call it our server launch template. All right. And then just give it a description. Template for spinning up additional servers. All right. Auto scaling guidance. Provide guidance to help me set up a template that I can use with EC2 for auto scaling. Yes, I want that guidance, so I highlight it. All right, so I go down. I won't really bother about the hidden ones, the non-hidden. All right, what kind of operating system do I want on my auto scaling? Of course, it's the same operating system we'll be using for the other one. So that's Amazon Machine Image, AMI. All right, there are others you can choose. Amazon Machine Image, not just AMI, that's not the case. AMI, I know it's Linux. Quick Start, I guess it's that one, but it will work anyway. Amazon Machine Image Linux 2.a. What's the difference? I don't see any difference. Okay, so we'll just take one. And then what's the instance type? There are many, but the one that we allow for free tier, that's the one we'll take. I think we normally use T2, right? Or is it T1? We normally use T2, so we can take T2 micro. All right. Then if you need to SSH into it, what KPI are you going to use? We normally use Prince KPI. Networking, we don't know about networks now, so let's just leave the default network. Storage, the storage that is normally attached is 8 gigs. Let's leave that normal 8 gigs. All right, we don't know that storage. So just leave those ones. And then here you have to come to additional details. And then you find, you remember this part, this user data part, where you paste your script. So let's go back, copy our script, and then we'll paste our script here. All right, so this is what we have defined the sample server or template that we want auto-scaling to help us spin up every time it needs to spin up a server. All right, so we see launch template, success. The name of our template is our web server. All right, that's good. That's good. We're done with that. All right. What's the name of our template? Our web server. There are so many templates. Can we delete them so that we have only our own there? Action. Delete this template. Delete. All right. What about this one? Action. Delete this template. Delete. What about this one? Action. Delete this template. Delete. All right. So now we have only our first template so that there's no confusion. All right. So we actually do something before it says, before we do that thing, first of all, we need to do this. What we're trying to do? We're trying to create a auto-scaling group. All right, so let's go back to our auto-scaling group and continue from. All right, so we'll go back to auto-scaling group, and then we say create auto-scaling group. Last time we got here, we didn't have this, so we have to create a fresh one. But now we have it, so we can go ahead. What name did you call it that we did not continue with? This auto-scaling group. All right, so we'll now take our template. Yeah, I had template there later on, but I had to deliberately not use them so that I can show you how to create template. So look at the template that we created, all the answers we provided. This is what was created of it. We'll see next. All right. Now we'll do configure settings. Adhere to launch instance, combine ports. Yeah, you want to do this one, use that one. Adhere to launch instance. Not really, nothing rigid. You can play around with other stuff. But the kind of experiment you want to do now to enable you understand, this is suitable. VPC subnet. For most applications, you can use multiple availability zones and let EC2 auto-scaling balance your instances across the zones. The default VPC and default subnet suitable for started. The default VPC and default subnets are suitable for getting started quickly. All right, so yes, I think I normally take this from here. For now, I'm not going to take anyone because by not taking anyone, I'm trying to say any availabilities, any availability zone available. In fact, use your discretion. That's just what I'm saying here. Anyone, no preference. I say next. You tell me. Okay. But normally, okay, what I'll do instead of that, since it's not allowing me to do that, I'll take all of them then. I'll create on any of them. There are 6 availability zones in this region where we're operating from, not Virginia. So I say 1, 2, 3, 4, or use any of them. All right, so next. What do we want to do? This AZ that we are trying to, this auto-scaling group that we are trying to create, is it working with a load balancer? Do we have a load balancer already? Yes, we created a load balancer earlier on. We are going to say attach to an existing load balancer here. All right? Well, if we didn't have a load balancer, we'll just continue without load balancer. But for this one, we'll say attach to, since we have a load balancer. All right, choose from your load balancer's target group. Look at that. Choose from here. How many do you have? We deleted all the other ones. So no confusion. This is the only one. This is the load balancer target group. All right. And then what do we do? Head check. Head check basically means before you give traffic to any machine, to any server, check that that server is operational, is healthy. Don't just say take and then you go away. You are talking to the machine without checking whether the person the server you are giving is actually receiving it from you. All right, so check before you give. If it is good, give. If it's not good, don't give. Report that I'm trying to give something to this server is down.